Hi, I'm Steve Garrett. I'd like to talk to you for a minute about a leadership lab for RILA, might help for you're in RILA. And it has to do with a leadership lab that's been used by a lot of people in different ways. But I want to give you a little twist on it that might be helpful to you. An important part of this is to turn a diverse group of individuals into a group of individuals who think and act like a team from time to time. And one of the keys to this leadership lab is turning a perceived risk into a much less risky activity. Staffing for this laboratory requires 4 Rotarians. One of them is the lab leader or the person who is going to run the activity. The lab leader is usually at the top of where the person is falling from and is going to be the person in charge. They will give a thumbs up when that person is ready. The second most important person, or maybe the most important person, depending on whether or not you're the faller, is a second Rotarian who is on the floor at the very end of where the fallers are going to be. And that person is going to make sure that everybody who is going to catch the faller is ready. And they give a thumbs up when that's true. So the thumbs up on the bottom and the thumbs up on the top is what happens before anybody falls. And that's really a key to making it less risky. The other 2 Rotarians involved, one of which will be at each side of the holders. And they're responsible to make sure that the people on their side are there to hold, to catch the faller. And they give a thumbs up when they think that their group is ready. The person at the head of the falling catcher will give a thumbs up when they're ready. And the Rotarian who's in charge of the faller gives a thumb up when they're ready. When everybody's got their thumb up, we're ready to proceed on the activity. There is one difference with this to most trust fall activities, and that's what I call a trust fall catcher. It's a 3-foot by 7-foot piece of canvas, and there are 9 loops sewn into the canvas back and forth to create holders for the people who are the catchers. In my particular case, we had these custom made. And I think if you can find somebody who can sew canvas, they can make one for you. They are not commercially available, and or as far as I have been able to find one on Amazon. But I think that that's one of the differences that really lessens the risk to the person doing the falling. 3 minutes per faller is about what the time requirement is. Some of them go very quickly, some of them take longer, but I calculated out to be about 3 minutes per faller is how much time that you need to allocate. So one of the student participants who's a member of the team will stand up on something 3 to 4 feet off the ground, and they'll face backwards. And all members of the groups behind them are holding on to that falling catcher. Our 2 Rotarians behind them are making sure that they're paying attention. The Rotarian at the end is giving a thumbs up that says they're ready, and the Rotarian at the top that says, okay. The falling participant loudly inquires, catcher's ready. The spotting team members loudly reply, catchers are ready. The member who's about to fall says, my name, falling. The other members say, fall on Steve. The catchers then catch the falling participant. Now, nobody should be forced to do this against their will. And once they do it, you got to give them a second or 2 to kind of recover. It's not as risky as it seems because you're only falling from the level of your feet to the level of your feet. And oftentimes you do that unintentionally without great harm. But the fact that you're 3 to 5 feet off the ground makes it seem like there's a much greater risk involved. So you kind of hold that person in the catcher until they're ready to be stood up and to be done. And of course, we follow that up with a debriefing, where the facilitators sit down with the team members and they ask them a series of questions. And the questions is really where the learning comes about. It's really where people come to conclusions and think about things. So the trust fall activity, we use it at the very beginning of our rivalry. I think it's an excellent activity, and I think it's one that really can help build a team out of a diverse group of individuals. I recommend it. Give it a try. Thank you.